There are a number of problems right now facing Toronto. You have inflation, people's cost of food have gone up, cost of tuition have gone up, just cost of their daily lives have gone up. Being able to come to One Toronto and get guidance in terms of how to deal with the myriad of problems that you have, and for the community to be able to deal with them in a professionally and efficient way, is a wonderful organization to be able to have in the city of Toronto.
Our organization is called One Toronto, which is actually an umbrella organization of 3 different funds that we currently have: Toronto Care Fund, Chasdei Rivka, and the SET Fund. One Toronto is currently helping 312 families throughout Toronto and Thornhill. Toronto Care Fund helps families finding themselves in challenging financial situations, either through job loss, illness, or unexpected expenses. We have a lot of different categories. Our biggest category is working insufficient income. We have about 38 single parents. We have medical, people in school. So we look at maximizing income, minimizing expenses, reducing debt, and then trying to get them back on their feet.
Our job at the Toronto Care Fund is not only the financial help, but it's also the next steps and the next steps after that. It's how do we help them continue to build themselves either as within a job or within their own business, or to help start them on a business.
They do a very effective dive into their situation, investigating how they can be helpful to them, not only in terms of money, in terms of tax filings, in terms of finding a job, in terms of finding a second job.
It's not just about giving money, it's about getting them back on their feet, becoming self-sufficient. In about 50% of the cases, we're successful. Chasdei Rivka helps widows on a monthly basis, as well as extra money for Yom Tif and any unexpected expenses that come up throughout the year.
My father-in-law lost so many members of the family, and my mother-in-law did, but she managed to survive Auschwitz with 5 sisters and a brother. And I thought that we would name the fund Chasdei Rivka after my mother-in-law, Rivka Bas Meir Zev.
With Chasdei Rivka, there's no limit. Every almana is contacted, fills out an application. We see what their needs are. As well, we make sure they get all the government benefits that they're able to. Besides that, we give them money for Yom Tif. We reach out to each almana before Yom Tif, find out what their needs are for Yom Tif, and send them a separate check before Pesach and before Sukkot. They know they can reach out to us with any other expenses, for instance, car repairs, home repairs, specific things. Sometimes we'll cover tuition. I see that this is really making a difference. Our third fund is called the SET Fund, standing for Supporting Effective Therapy. And the goal is that any child that needs emotional therapy should be able to get it, and financial constraints should not be a challenge. We have right now approximately 150 cases. We usually cover up to 80% of each therapy session, which is paid directly to the therapist. So the parents pay their portion and the therapists invoice us for our portion. The feedback on this program has been amazing, both from the school, from the parents, and from the therapists. Parents are saying the child's happier at home, not so angry, not so antagonistic, working well with siblings.
We get caught up in our own lives, and we have a tendency to forget about the sufferings and difficulties that a lot of other people have in our community.
It's much larger than just giving a guy a check, right? It's the effort to help him move off the box that he's stuck in.
Join One Toronto and let's bring everyone together to make sure that everybody within our community is looked after.
I really believe if people really understood the pain and suffering going on in our community, everybody would open up their wallets and help us fund this organization.